Well, she was messaging me, telling me, Mal, that you went on her channel without permission and how disrespectful was it you and that you wanted the money. And I mean, Brittney's not a friend to anybody.
Well, and the thing is, too, is that even in the text messages, she tried to spin it as I was only wanting money when I left. And the amount of times in our final text message thread that I put in big letters, I don't want your money, Brittney. I just want to be respected as a friend and as your so-called co-host, which was the whole thing.
Was both your money at that point. Now she's making 5K. Hit her up.
Well, but that was the thing. And not only that, but like we also had the Patreon and she wasn't doing that. She left it all to me. But then she'd go in and she'd take money out of the Patreon without asking me. And it was like, that was both of our thing. And it was like it was just a bunch of little stuff. And then finally I was just like, Brittney, you either have to decide I'm going to be your co-host all the time, not just when it's convenient for you. And it was at that point when she said to me, Craig doesn't even ask that much of me, Mallerie.
She was just jealous of you when people started liking you and saying like, hey, Mal, where's Mal? That make, she's a very insecure person. Well, that's why she had to lie and make up that whole rumor about Big Gal too. That was horrific. And watch your back, Seth, because I'm predicting the future with you, buddy.
I was just going to ask, how comfortable is Craig with all that? Like,
girl, bye. You know damn well he ain't comfortable with her sitting there hee ha-haing with all them dudes.
I don't know. And so long as he's talking about years and his shit, he might be
talking about jacking off. Come on now.
Listen, I don't think he gives two shits because she's bringing in the money. And
paying for the beers.
And if she's doing that, then what do you think he's doing with his audience? Come on now.
Now, listen, I'm old school. I don't know any man of Seth's age that would sit on a female's panel and talk like that. And I'd be insulted if a man did. You know what I mean? Like, it's different if like the panel was like an after dark and like you're having like fun and that's the whole like basis of it. But for a man just get up there and be so grossly inappropriate, and look, I just think it's disgusting.
And she had 3 of them, not just one, baby.
Right.
There was 3 dicks up in that panel that night.
There was 4.
Well, I didn't even watch it because, like I said, I try not to watch her. I try not to commentate on her so she can't be a victim. But I heard that Josh from the lab was trying to like roll it back in, like he wasn't so much participating.
Yeah, well,
little bit.
Heather, hold on, Heather, you're up here, baby.
Hello, Granny. Did you hear that Seth had your name in his mouth over there?
No, I'm not surprised though. I mean, I did hear a little bit, but I didn't hear what he said.
I'm not trying to trigger you or nothing. I'm just saying, isn't it ironic that Seth, the man of this missing child that we're supposed to have 4,
right,
is sitting on a panel with a woman, but that's fine. All this, I've never heard him say your name. But he's sitting on Brittney's panel. He's on Brittney's panel. He's doing it for Brittney.
Well, that's why Brittney's been driving home about me because she was trying to get Seth to send me a cease and desist. She was trying to get Seth started on me. But Seth was aware of me a few months back because he actually was threatening Trevor Lee that if he came back on my panel, they were going to blackmail him. So Seth's been aware of me, but I'm not surprised. Listen, the fact of the matter is Seth Rogers is in for a real rude awakening when he realizes none of these people are his friends. They're nothing more than that 5K check we just saw. That's all Brittney sees him as, and that's all she sees his son as, and that's pathetic. And the fact that this man is going around loving the attention that he's getting off the disappearance of his son is more than, there's nothing in that world that man could ever say about me that would ever leave like even an inch of an insult to me because he's just despicable.
How much of that 5K check do you think she's going to donate towards Seth?
Zero.
That's my question, because she's getting in bed with the fucking devil, in my opinion.
Zero. Listen, he's still.
He won't give up the money laundering if he's donating to her. Just like,
I bet you he might be the next one to pay that electricity bill.
Look, I think he's Ben George because the time that he.
Well, I mean, look at Seth. Seth turned on T-Rev, and Seth turned on Chloe, and Seth turned on everybody he fucked with too. So it's only a matter of time. Shit, he might turn on Brittney. Let's take a bet. Who's gonna turn on who first?
Brittney's gonna turn on him.
Yeah.
Nonsense just said that.
Yep.
They're friends of a feather.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Which one's gonna turn? Who's gonna turn on who first?
Yep.
But she's gonna say he was inappropriate with her, and Craig just really didn't like it, and
But let's not get it twisted now. They're using each other. She is allowing him a platform that he can wild out on, and don't think that Cash App ain't floating around somewhere. His Cash App is floating around there. He gets to wild out. She gives him a platform, and she gets money for it because she's got Seth up on panel.
Yeah.
They're using each other. He don't care about her either. Get it right.
Well, here's the thing. You think Seth would go on one of these other channels and immediately start pretending he's jerking off? He's behaving.
No, he wouldn't look. He wouldn't even look. He came in this chat and dropped a comment, and nobody can see it because he's got everybody blocked.
Yeah, everybody blocked.
But my thing is, he's behaving by what's allowed on that channel. Like, they can call us trash channels all day long, but you better believe nobody has ever come into my channel at my home over there and disrespected me that way, nor would they. But he knows he can there. Like, he knows that's what he's sitting with.
Right.
Well, he can say the most vile shit about Katie over there.
Right.
And they're like, oh, really? He can say it's not just YouTubers. He's talking more about Katie and disparaging Sebastian. That's
exactly what it is. And she won't
imagine if that was any of our exes. You know what I mean? Imagine somebody hosted your ex-husband, your ex-boyfriend, whatever, to sit up on a panel and further their abuse against you. Like, it's sickening that anybody allows that.
No, because months ago when he put out Sebastian's essay history, if that was my ex, that some bitch wouldn't be able to be on a panel because I would have broke his jaw.
I was gonna say he wouldn't be talking anymore.
Trust and believe. He would have his mouth wired shut all the way up. And whatever was left after that job, my husband would have taken care of it. Yeah, trust and believe that. I stand on that with my whole everything. Look, I would bet my eyeballs on it right now. Trust and believe that would happen. If the amount of restraint that Katie and Chris have, and I'm not team Chris. I'm not team Katie. I'm not team anybody. I care about Sebastian. I hate the word team. It's gross. But, no, I'm sorry. The amount of control that they have had to have, but, we're all shocked by this, but I think they were raising him too. That's just, hell, they had to talk him into staying at a job, for fuck's sakes. They were raising 2-3 kids. And I think there's a reason why Seth makes a big deal that, that Katie didn't call him, that Chris called him, and all this other stuff, and don't wild out, because they know how he pops off. He's all that. Remember when he got to the house and he was pissed off, but he didn't say nothing. He didn't get up and initiate anything to look at any kind of ring camera or whatever was being shown by Katie. Now, he sat his ass in a chair and thought he was the motherfucking godfather and thought people were going to come up and kiss his ring. That's it. That's all. If you see it, you see it.
Well, he also said he doesn't like a lot of people around him, and he doesn't have a lot of friends. And so
well, I tell you what, he sure had a lot of motherfucking people at that motorcycle vigil YouTube meet and greet. He ain't got a problem being around people. Stop it. And get over your problem if you want to see a video of your child. There ain't no excuse for that. Sorry. No, not sorry.
I have a question for Mallerie.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Mallerie, how many sets of tires did you help pay for?
That has been my go-to joke lately. None, because I was also broke. So I didn't ever actually give her any money for tires for anything.
Gotcha.
But I've talked to 6 or 7 people who she went to privately to buy tires within the same day that gave her the same amount of money on the same day. Even though the first person gave her the money for it, she still went to all of those.
Told ya.
So, but like I said, I took my Ambien, so I'm kind of in an F-it mood. So if anyone does have any questions,
hit her up now.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all got questions, ask me now because I'm paid.
Yeah.
Follow up. If you could tell people, if you could give people that are still over there throwing money, etc., at her, you could tell
Baby, if you're eating that ice, you got to mule, honey. I can't do it. It's really fucking with the ears. So you got to, if you're going to eat ice,
It's gone.
Okay.
If you could tell them give them a piece of advice or give them words of wisdom, what would you say to them? What part of your story do you want them to know?
That, well, number one, she is very good at putting on the persona that she puts out there, but that is not who she is. And I know I say that, obviously it's going to become biased because she did shitty things to me behind the scenes, and I know that. But also, I was her co-host for 8 months, so I saw a lot of the behind the scenes. But the thing is I don't like Crama. I don't like getting into it. I didn't even really know what it was until after I left Brittney, because everyone that I had talked to was like, well, she was in Crama chats when she left you up on panel, or when you did this, or when you did that. And I was like, what's Crama? I had no idea what it was, because she knew that I wasn't into that type of stuff. And so she never talked to me about it. So I think the first time I ever heard Crama was when the one creator, what's her name? Shit. Put the video out about Brittney's cupboards.
Natasha.
Yeah. And that was the first time I had heard of Crama. Well, it was right around when I started first hearing about it and having the ability to kind of see her daily habits that I was like, oh, okay. So why weren't you helping me in that stream? Or why weren't you helping me in that stream? Or, I was sitting here researching for 3 hours after I got home after working an 8-hour day. And then, but the thing is for me, I was never doing it for money. Was I given money? Yes, I was. But it was always anywhere from $100 to $250. And I always told her, you just give me what you have the ability to give me. And she always made it seem like $200 was pushing it. So I was like, that's fine. I'm doing it because I got my degrees in this. I have my master's in forensic psychology. So
why wouldn't you do it again?
Well, I also say that I also kind of got blessed to the point of, I feel like I hit the worst person that I could have possibly hit at the beginning of being on YouTube. And so what had happened was I had just randomly gone up one time, and it was because of Shay Benet. I was already friends with Shay behind the scenes, just from being in different chats. And she was like, come up, you'd love Britt, all this stuff. And I was like, okay. So I went up on panel, not just to be up there, but because I had something to say in a conversation that we were having or something.
Right.
And it just kind of started to be the thing where
you flowed good together. You guys,
we flowed well, but then there was I always felt like I could add something.
Right.
And then it got to the point where she would message me and be like, are you coming on tonight? Are you coming on tonight with me? Are you coming on tonight? And then it would have been, I'm trying to think. I think I got there October of 2021. I think it would have been right around the Idaho 4 that I would have started going up there on a nightly basis. And then when Shay left, it was more official, where she was like, we're going to call, instead of the green team, it's going to be the BAM fam, Brittney and Mallerie. And she gave me the login to the second channel. And it was true crime allegedly in the news with Brittney and Mallerie. And then she's like, let's start the Patreon. So then that was allegedly with Brittney and Mallerie.
Well,
and
also, Mallerie, at that point, a lot of the people that had been going on her panel with Shay had disappeared from her channel.
Correct. Right. But at that point, I still was not aware of like, I don't know, the whole thing. So of like the come and the go of who was leaving, who was coming, I would start recognizing names in chat. But it got to the point of, I was up there. I don't even remember why the first time was. I think it was when my grandpa got sick. She did a fundraiser for me so that I could make it to Illinois, which I showed my receipts and stuff for that to get me there. And it was like one of the things that I'm the most grateful for because he ended up dying last year. So that was like that. And it was after that she ended up giving me like 200. And that was when she was like, well, actually, I was going to give it to you anyways because I think I should start giving you some money since you're my co-host now.
So she's the one who brought up the money situation then?
Yeah, but it was like she was giving me money to help me with something that I needed help with. And she was like, it's okay, I was going to pay you anyways. And that's kind of how she brought it up. And then, but each month after that, it was I always had just said like, oh, you know, just pay me if you can. Like, you take care of your family, take care of your bills. Now, at this time, I wasn't as aware as I am now or was when I left the bill situation and everything like that, or how much she made.
So you were being a good friend, like, here to take care of your house, take care of your
shit. Yeah, and then if you have something extra, just you can give it to me then. If not, 1 month, whatever. Just like
then it is what it is.
So I can budget or something like that. Like, that was my whole thing. I was like, I don't care what you give me, if it's 0, if it's 200, if it's whatever. Just let me know so that way I can budget it into mine. Because then I could work my hours out where I could potentially be doing more research or something like that.
Right.
And so that was kind of how it all started. And then there was obviously little things here and there. Like she made me start my own Amazon wish list. She's like, people will send you anything. You put the most expensive stuff on there and the subs will buy it for you. And I was like, why?
Hold on. So she told you to put the most expensive shit on your fucking wish list because her subs will buy it for you?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't, like, I'm not, like, I think
she got pay pigs. That's what she calls them then, huh? Like pay pigs that will pay for anything pretty much.
Well, right.
Called a pay piggy. That's called a pay pig. Cash cow.
I call him
Lady V, you're up here with us, baby. I didn't mean to be rude. You're up here with us.
But it was like, she'd say stuff like that. But then when I made mine, like if you ever actually saw mine, I only had stuff related to the channel on mine. Because it made me uncomfortable to have one. But she was like, you have to have one, blah, blah, blah. So I'd put like a 20-pack of Sharpies or, you know, a true crime book of a case we were going to cover or something like that versus.
You know why she did that, don't you?
What?
She made you, she pressured you into having an Amazon wish list because since you were a co-host, she wouldn't look like a piece of shit asking her people for one.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why she did it.
Oh, yeah. It was so you were equally complicit. So if you guys ever broke up, then she could say, oh, well, but Mallerie had one too.
Multiple
but you could also, like, there's many people that I talked to behind the scenes where I was like, this is cool. I like had them send me stuff for Dexter. Like Dexter got more toys and treats than anyone else, which is my dog.
Right.
So,
which, I mean, whoever making an Amazon wish list, who gives a fuck? I mean, I really don't give a fuck. I'm just saying when she tells you to put expensive ass shit on there because her subs are going to pay for it, that's shitty as hell.
Right.
Well, and then it's not only that, but then there's the other things which I actually had said today because when I was there was one sub in particular that would gift a lot.
See, my subs fucking work hard as hell. They go to, you know what I mean? They work hard as fuck for their money. So
yeah,
that's the bullshit for her to be doing that kind of shit because I'm sure her subs probably work their fucking ass off for their money too.
Right. And the thing too, like, that is still one of the biggest things. And if I'm friends with you behind the scenes, I've said this to you, there's different, like I've said this a lot. Elma Carrera is a fantastic woman. I think she is one of the sweetest, nicest women you could ever meet. But for some reason, she doesn't see Brittney for who she is. And she gives and gives and gives.
Can I say something real quick about this?
Yeah.
Hi, Mal. Hi, everybody.
I'm sorry. Who is this? I'm sorry.
This is Lady V. I was a friend and mod for Brittney. And I've never got to defend myself, but I don't really care about that. What happened from my point of view, Mal, was that the chat was getting mad knowing that you were doing all the research, having all of the receipts and all of that. And they started asking her to put your PayPal up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that was that. And then she started saying like, well, don't worry, guys. I pay her behind the scenes. Don't worry about it. The one thing, there's like two things that really pissed me off when I was friends with Brittney. The first one was with Elma because she would say things like, shoot, we didn't reach our membership goal for this month. So looks like I'm going to have to be telling Elma that I missed her tonight. And then she'd like start out the live and be like, where's Miss Elma? Where's my beautiful Elma?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
she'd say it, and then she'd like text behind the scenes and be like, "See, the memberships are rolling in now," and I'd be like, "Well, can't we just add them all together?" And she'd be like, "I made this group. I can only add people to this group."
Oh, again, very Natasha Cooper like.
Behind the scenes, that woman.
Some people don't get along with other people. You know what I mean? Coming from a creator, I will say some people don't get along with other people. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't put certain people together.
But you don't know as a mod what group you're in.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, and the thing is too, is that it has nothing to do with the people getting along. It's the level of what she's wanting to do with each group.
That's
exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Because behind the scenes, this
I only have one fucking super stickers that keep exposing these people for the creeps that they are. I just want to tell you thank you. I really appreciate that. And Katie K, I seen you gifted 10 memberships, and Don K gifted 5. Make sure you guys tell them thank you. I really appreciate y'all. Hold on. Carrie Hall says, okay, Queen and Jess, I love both your channels. I know it's not much, but I hope it helps. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I just don't want to be rude. So go ahead, girls. I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
If her members, her subscribers knew how she talked about them behind the scenes.
And I just want to leave it at that. So let's not talk about her because she's really innocent in all this.
For doing shady things to her behind the scenes, so then she would come to us and be like, this person had something very, very traumatic happen in their family. I think it's their fault. Will you help me try and find different news articles and stuff like that to figure out if it was their fault or not, that this traumatic thing happened in their family?
What? I didn't know about that. That's what I mean, cruel.
That's the thing is, I was always like, sorry, can't find anything, because I don't.
And I thank you for that.
I'm sorry. So, hold on. So you're telling us that she behind the scenes was digging into the real lives of subscribers and supporters?
Yes. As one of her mods who did not ask for a wrench and told her, I've been there, I don't want to do that. She had Mallerie dig into me.
But the thing is for me, I would always be like, sorry, I couldn't find anything, or no, I don't know this, or I can't do this, because I never enjoyed doing that. But to me, I was also like,
it wasn't a SWAT.
I talked to her local police department, and they're like, no, they might have come. There was a call on her street, but they might have shown up to the wrong house or something like that. But no, there was no call to that address. And I called her the next morning excited, like, hey, yay, no one called. Like, it wasn't a SWAT or anything like that. And she was just like, don't bring it up again.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there was one time on panel that you even said that.